stick here. What are we going to do today? Well, actually, it's what we did yesterday. Myself and Vario Spaniel went up into the Bosco Mulinari, which is the Bosco forest really. It's a nature reserve on the kind of southeast shoulder of the Maiella National Park. We set out with all good intentions, got up there and it absolutely threw it down. But we did a video anyway, because when you get up there in the hills and the mountains and the grey clouds gather around you, you kind of find yourself in your own little world, and it's very peaceful, it's very quiet, it's very atmospheric, although it does get very wet. We persisted as long as we could really, but eventually it got so claggy and wet underfoot that we had to turn around and come home. But we made the video anyway, so we put that out and I hope you enjoy it. One little apology is I put the camera in its plastic waterproof box, which of course you're supposed to do, but every time a raindrop hit the plastic box there was a little click. It doesn't happen very often, and as the video goes along it happens less and less. So my apologies for that, just kind of stay with it. I think it's worth watching. And the other reason that I'm going to put it out is because when the weather does improve, the wildflowers up there are spectacular, along with the butterflies which just swarm around like dust. It's fantastic. So I'll do a second video in the same place when the sun comes out, and that will be one to watch because you can compare and contrast of what it's like on a wet and windy and cold day. So subscribe, big thumbs up please, and please spread the word to your friends who might be interested in an expat life out here in southern Abruzzo, a part of the world that is a bit of an undisclosed secret really. It's not somewhere many people have been, but it's certainly somewhere worth visiting. There's lots of these little nature reserves in and around the Maiella, the main national park. It's worth a day out, whether you like walking long distances or short distances. There's some really nice things to see. Maybe better when the sun's out, but it can get very hot. Not necessarily a good thing if you're not used to it. We must be getting on for 4,000 feet up here, but I don't know if you can see that. It's there. It's like a round circular stone building, very low, just with a stone roof. I've often wondered what that is. I guess it must be some sort of summer retreat for the old shepherds up here, because we're high up and they wouldn't want to be going up and down the tracks all day long, so they must come up here and stay with the sheep. There's no shepherds or sheep here nowadays. Most of this land is abandoned and turning back to forest. That's an interesting little piece of history, I guess. Dog likes it out here. Wetter the better, eh? Typical spaniel. Weather's really closing in now though. We're getting higher up. There's lots of wild things out here as well. Wild boar, there's some wolves. There's all kinds of things. Probably won't see too much of them today. There's more wet, smelly dogs. That's what I'm more worried about. And great puddles of water. What are you doing? Well, we've come up now quite a bit more. And I have to say that the path, or at least the trail, is getting very, very muddy and slippy indeed. You have to be a little bit careful up here. A, because as you can see there's nobody else here apart from me, Vario Spaniel, but also, as you can see from there, there's landslips from time to time. This heavy clay, claggy undersoil, it can be a bit dangerous, so we'll come back on a dry day when the trail's dried out and look at some of these beautiful wildflowers that at the minute are just looking very soggy and sorry for themselves. But up here the wildflowers are spectacular, as are the butterflies and the bees and everything else. But it's a very beautiful, tranquil place. Even on a day like today, it's very special. And I think when the clouds close in, it's even more special, because it's almost as if you're the only person here. Well, in actual fact I probably am. But it is a very special place, it really is. But, as I say, it's got claggy, muddy and horrible. We're just slipping all over the place, so I think we'll go back, get a shower, get dried, get something to eat. So I think we can say, wait, from Vario Spaniel, myself, a very wet Vario stick, I'll say ciao ciao for now.